Tonight's update, I wanted to show the bonnet bases that I talked about earlier. They're 5/16 inch brass that are threaded 5/16 40. There's a hole drilled and reamed 1/8 inch hole that the valve stem will go up in the middle of. There's also a slot cut 40 thousandths of an inch wide, and I made them 40 thousandths deep for a screwdriver to be able to screw them into the bottom of the base. There's a little step, I don't know if that comes out very clearly or not, but there's a little step that actually pushes the O-ring up into the top of the bonnet. So here's the second one that I made it's partially screwed in there just to show the orientation. Of course, then the bonnet gets screwed into the top of the valve. I'm going to do a little live demo. I know I hardly ever do those, but thought this would be useful. You can see I have a little cutoff tool that I sharpened it to 40 thousandths of an inch wide to use to make the slot here. There we go. I sharpened it, I set it in the unusual orientation in the tool holder, and I carefully centered it on the lathe center height earlier. And I've been making these 40 thousandths of an inch deep as well. So you can see this is the last cut. I just wanted to show you. It's kind of like a shaper or a slaughter. I'm turning the handle of the lathe, and let's see if you can see this. I'm just taking off about 2 thousandths of an inch. As I crank the cutter towards, you can see a little bit of brass fuzz on there, and that's all there is to it. I'll back this out, show you the completed slot. Yeah, not very well focused. There we go. Anyway, clean that, brush that baby off a little bit. There we go. So the slot's complete now. What I'll do is run the threading die over this again just to make sure that's cleaned up, and then I'll come in and they're cut off at 225 thousandths of an inch. I'll use my regular cutoff tool for that, and I'll come in and use the cutoff tool. I'll first make the one at 225 thousandths, and then I'll back it down to 195 so it cuts that step, and I'll move it back and forth a little bit and go in about a 32nd of an inch. So that's how these things are made. As Keith Appleton says, thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful.